I'm feeling a little controversial today. Let's talk about overrated brawlers. Starting off hot, we find Maisie. Ever since the damage buff that made her deal 3000 damage per hit, and she has started getting glazed so hard in tier lists. Many pros, Kairos doesn't really count, started putting her in the S tier, claiming the damage buff made her a lot better. But they keep failing to notice the simple fact that her attack is a nightmare to land. She's the only brawler with an attack that has a delay, and it's not even really fun to play her unless you get those dopamine hits of team wiping by spamming the hypercharge. Overall, Maisie will still remain in this glazed state as long as the damage buff isn't reverted. And this is not from a noob perspective. Even many pros still confirm that her attack is really easy to dodge and hard to aim, as I've already said. So yeah, that's it with Maisie. Moving on to another female sniper, we find Piper. This one was OG, the first brawler added to the game after the 15 OG ones. So the reason people really overrate her is that she has an escape gadget and an escape super, and after the gadget nerf that made it no longer slow down, and the self-entitled Piper mains really raged. Another big factor to her overrated state is the people who like to show off the fact that they survived Showdown, just like Snake Thug right here. Like, okay, we get it, your brawler is not just a sniper but an assassin with a hypercharge and stuff, but just stop talking about her so much. She's not like S tier or something, and her high damage output, especially at max range, makes people believe that she's amazing. But don't forget, she's like one of the only brawlers that has damage that scales up depending on range, which makes her somewhat a target to assassins once she runs out of those stupid gadgets and doesn't have a super. She will remain overrated because of her OP abilities or whatever. Now this one will feel surprising, but I believe Gus has started to become overrated ever since the damage buff, and he has started seeing a lot of use, especially in ranked. People started putting him in the S tier, and it's funny how he moved from OMG underrated and stuff to okay, everyone talks about how good he is. The fact that this support has sniper range and incredible damage output, sure, it makes him good, but stop giving us teammates who don't understand that his super is shareable. Like, please, just give me that shield, I need it. Okay, that's kinda off topic, but anyways, so another thing that makes him quite overrated is his super. Again, it's very viable. Like, if you have a teammate that struggles with HP, sure, give that 5000 HP shield. And he has a gadget that makes his trait offensive other than support. I mean, the fact that this little autistic kid just does so many things at once really makes him talked about a lot. An iconic yet overrated brawler is Colt. People just don't remember that he's just B tier, not like OS or something. Sure, he has nice damage output, fast unload speed, but that doesn't make him perfect. He's still vulnerable to assassins, and I'm glad he is like that. Because if he was, not only would he be overall better in the meta, but his self-entitled mains would be even more toxic. Like, have you ever met a dedicated Colt main that doesn't spam thumbs down or clown after making a kill at tier 20? And such a buff would only make him even more overrated than he already is. And it's surprising because Colt is also self-entitled and his mains are, so I guess that's really your resemblance. So very nice. I remember when he was available at 60 trophies, he's like the first brawler that has quote-unquote skill attached, and the high skill ceiling or whatever also makes him seriously overrated, because you can't see a skill tier list, which is already quite popular in Reddit or even YouTube videos about most skilled brawlers, without seeing this dimwit's dumb face looking at you like, OMG, look at me, I'm so cool, I require high skill, you better glaze me before I start crying at your face and harass you with every single slur that exists. Long story short, his skill ceiling makes him overrated. The final brawler in our list right here is Stu. He has the same self-entitled main syndrome as Colt, and people put him in the S tier just because of his super that helps him with mobility. I admit, it's very hard to catch him either as a tank, to escape hits and stuff, but people forget that he has weaknesses, although he's S tier according to people, but still, if you are in like a tanky El Primo in a not very open map, you can bully this MF and make him notice that he's not the best brawler out there, because he lacks burst damage, and also he doesn't have splash damage. But no, just because people manage to dominate lower ranks or stuff like that or get lucky, that means this brawler is good, right? No! And please, stop putting those tutorials on how to play Stu and stuff. Many people keep saying that it's just spam and hit and spam and hit. And honestly, that's true. Yeah, hate me a lot, yeah, just spam comments, oh, this guy is unskilled, that's why he's critiquing. Sure, flood my comment section, I don't care. This guy is still very, very overrated. Hence why whenever I win a match against him, I feel like, wow, that is such a great feeling to bully those self-entitled Stu mains who think their brawler is the absolute best in the game. I mean, yeah, there are 4 broken brawlers. There's always that one new broken brawler that proves your brawler isn't always good. And this brawler can't always be good. But no, blinded by skill or stuff like that, so you can't really convince Stu mains into anything. Because as long as you critique their brawler, they're gonna hate you, plan a death note, even arrange a date to when to execute you just because you said something remotely critical about it. To summarize for Stu, his very, very toxic fan base really makes him overrated, and people see his dashing and quick to get super as something that makes him untouchable, though again, he has counters. Sheesh, that was a big lump stuck on my throat that has been freed. I hope you guys liked the video, and even if you hated it, comment down below. I want to see what constructive criticism you guys have. Goodbye.